Hey everyone, welcome to today's live stream. I hope everyone's having an amazing Friday. We have lots of orders going out, and I know how you guys work. You guys are working yesterday, today, tonight, everything for Saturday, Sunday orders, and everything. So I'm wishing you a very productive workspace and time for your cake business, and really just, wishing you well for everything. So, I want to talk a little bit today about fear and fear about growing your cake business or doing something in your cake business that you need to do to grow your business, take your business to the next level, perhaps do something that you're just kind of afraid to do in your cake business, and just kind of like how to handle that and what to really do about that. And I believe that a lot of people, like I would say, like tons of entrepreneurs, just kind of go through this, and we always have something to where we know how and where we can take our business to the next level, but we're just not really doing it. And it's like, okay, I want to do this, but I'm afraid about that. I'm afraid about doing this, but what about that? What are people going to really say about me? It's like, your next step to really just growing your business, taking your business to the next level, but you're just not really doing it. And I'm really going to kind of share what's helped me along my journey, just kind of getting my cake business off the ground, doing things that really just scared a lot out of me, but just kind of like how did I deal with that, and how did I really just move forward for with the fear thing, right? So I want to say hello to all the replayers who are watching the replay, and everyone who is joining me live. Let me know who's live. Say what's up to me, because I want to do a little shout out and say hello and everything. But I'm just going to go ahead and get started with today's live stream. So fear. Now, like I said before, a lot of things that you're probably doing that you're kind of afraid of to kind of do in your cake business is something that is kind of like blocking us from really just taking our business to the next level. Either it's going to be, I'm afraid to advertise my business, so then I'm going to get more orders, and then I'm going to be busier, and then I'm not going to have time to really work on all the orders, time for my life, or anything like that. So maybe it's kind of like doing the advertising, or I'm afraid of really just doing kind of like raising my prices. I'm afraid of really leaving clients who don't want to pay those prices behind, but I know that I'm supposed to raise my prices, but I'm afraid to really do that. Or I'm afraid of other things, like, and I'll give you guys some examples for how that really worked in my life. But there's a lot of things that you guys are probably kind of faced with, but you're not really doing. Or I'm afraid of really just investing in myself, really to learn how to become the best business owner, because I'm afraid of the money. Or I'm afraid of opening a cake studio because I'm afraid of the money. What if it doesn't go well? I'm going to lose a lot of money and everything. Now, there's a lot of things that we're kind of being afraid of in growing our business. But one thing that's kind of really allowed me to kind of like push through the fear and just kind of like move my business forward and kind of like move me in the direction that I really needed to go to get my cake business off of the ground is just to kind of this is something that I feel like what makes the entrepreneurs really thrive, and then most of the entrepreneurs just kind of like stay stuck and not really going anywhere, is to have a vision. And you need to have a vision that is so big and strong, and is something that you really can't accomplish like right now on your own, like fruition or anything like that. Like you have a vision that you're just obtaining to have. So maybe it's going to be being a six-figure entrepreneur, cake business owner, or maybe it's opening a cake studio within the next year, or maybe it's going to be to be on national television competing on a show. So you need to have a very big vision, something that's so big that's really going to drive you forward. Because a lot of times we started our business, we had the goal, like doing cakes and everything like that. And sometimes we can kind of get in the mundane of like the day-to-day type things. But when you're really having like a big vision in your business, you're really just aspiring to really become the person who's going to obtain that goal. And you always want to set goals that are going to make you become a better person and a better businesswoman that you currently are right now. So you need to have a really big goal, a really big vision that you're really looking to like strive for, right? And then next thing, you really need to fall in love with that vision. You need to fall in love with that goal. It's something that is only provided through you. Is not something that other people want for you, or maybe another cake designer has, and then you maybe want that too. It's something that you really need to fall in love with. So the reason why I'm saying that is when you have your vision and something that you really fall in love with, then of course there's always going to be fear in your business, and this is just something that you just have to be aware of, that you're always going to have that fear. But when you have a goal or a vision and you're just so in love with that, then whatever is going to happen is really going to push you through the fear, because you are so madly in love with your vision and the goal that you've set for yourself. Because that fear is going to really come up, is really going to test you as to, do you really want it? Are you going to let your current situations or circumstances really get in the way of having that goal or that vision? Because when that fear comes up, which it will all the time, you need to really see that there's going to be a bigger picture that you're really striving for, and you need to really, and you are going to do whatever it takes to make that happen. That's kind of like why some people have like a goal, or like they say they want to make a certain amount of money in their cake business, but they're just not really passionate about it. And then like something happens, and then it's just kind of like, oh, that happened. These are my circumstances, like I have to do this, I have to do that. Like this is kind of going against me in my business. We all have a lot of things that are going kind of against us in business. Don't let your circumstances really dictate the future that you can possibly have, but you need to really just have that goal that's really going to propel and push you forward, because you're going to have to become a new, better person to get that goal. And when you do, then no matter what's kind of going to go in your way, nothing is really going to stop you, because things are going to come in your way to try to stop you from reaching your goal. And that's like one way that I really just move forward whenever I have like a fear about doing something in terms of my cake career and everything. I really had a bigger goal that was something that was so big that I didn't even really think I could accomplish it. It's like I could, but I had to really believe in it. And when fear kind of came up, I said, no, my goal is way bigger than my fear. You really have to be bigger than the fear that's kind of just like getting in the way. And another thing, just to kind of like help with this, to kind of like push through the fear, is you need to be, what was I going to say? I had a good one. But one thing that's kind of like what's going to happen is, you need to give yourself your best shot. And just, you need to bet on yourself, because other people can bet on you and say, you're doing a great job, why don't you go for it and everything. But the only person who really needs to believe in you and your vision is you, because you are the only one who is going to be moving forward, doing all the action steps, really just giving it all that it takes. But you need to give yourself a lot of credit, but you need to really believe in yourself and give yourself the opportunity to actually go for that goal. And when fear and obstacles come in the way, you're still going to move forward, because it's only going to be you. It's great to have like other people, cheerleaders in your side, but I kind of felt like you kind of need to be your own best cheerleader, because you are going to be the one who's going to go for it. I mean, like, I have coaches and mentors who kind of like push me to help me see my potential, but a lot of times it's me that has to really talk myself to kind of go forward. But you have to give yourself your best shot. And if you don't really go for it, you need to really think, in 2 years, if I didn't go for it, where would my life be? Where would my business be if I didn't go for this goal? In 5 years, if I didn't do this right now, where would I be in 5 years? You need to have like a vision, and you need to be going towards that vision and thinking about like the consequences. And consequences are good and bad. They're just not all bad. But you need to think, if I did this, what would my life be? Which is going to be, of course, amazing, versus if I like let fear kind of get in the way. You're pretty much letting fear be more powerful than you are, and you're just kind of giving that all the power. And you need to really rise above the fear and be the bigger person above the fear, and say you're going to go for it no matter what. So you need to have that vision. You need to fall in love with that vision, and it needs to really truly be yours instead of like someone else's. And you need to really give yourself your best shot, and just really recognize and acknowledge that you're going to have the fear no matter what. It's just something that just kind of comes with the territory. But when you have a fear, it's really just helping you take your business and yourself to the next level. Because if you don't have a fear about doing something, you're not really growing. You're growing when you're faced with adversity in your business or your life. And when you actually face that and overcome it, you become more confident, you make more money, you start to attract very paying clients, your business starts to grow. You really just have a bigger, you become a better person when you actually conquer your fears. Because if not, you kind of like want to look around, like when people say, oh, I'm scared to do this, I'm scared to do that, it's like, you're really just not growing. You're not really becoming the best person that you are destined to become. And you need to have that vision that's going to really propel you forward. And it needs to be something that you do believe in, but maybe you have some doubts about it, but then it's just so big that you fall in love with it and you're going to really be committed to make it happen no matter what. Like I've had like a lot of things that I feared, when I went to cake design school. My boyfriend was like, you should really go get trained, because I wasn't that talented. I didn't have no skills being a cake designer. And the beginning, it was like right at the end of 2012, I think. Yeah, 2012. He was like, you should probably go get trained. And so then I was just afraid about quitting my job, moving out of the country, packing up my stuff. Where was the money going to come from and everything? But it was something that I knew I really wanted to do and something I was going to go for. And then I just started to really fall in love with the vision of me becoming a cake designer. That goal really just was so passionate and so strong of mine that I didn't even really care about the opposition. I didn't care about what I had to go through. What did I have to do? Quit my job, pack up 2 bags, find multiple places to kind of live in Toronto. I was really like falling in love, and I was so committed to doing whatever it took. So another way that I kind of dealt with fear, a really big one that kind of stuck out to me is I was asked to be on Sugar Showdown, which is a show that I was on Food Network Cooking Channel. Like I was like, they sought out after me, asked me to be on the show, and I was going to say no, and I was pretty much like not really going to do it and stuff, because I actually set the goal a long time ago, like back in 2010, that I wanted to become on the Food Network. And I have like this goal about being a food personality and stuff, but I wanted to first compete. And so then the opportunity was there, but I was actually going to say no, because I had lots of fears around being on TV, competing, being a super stressful environment, showing everyone what I can do. What if I fail? I had like a lot of fears kind of going on. But the thing that I did is I started to really, I kind of realized that was a goal that I had from like way like back before, like 4 years ago. Like I had that goal, and I was like, this is something that I actually manifested, and I should really go for it, because there's going to be so many more opportunities if I go for it versus if I let my fear kind of like take a hold of me and keep me like stuck in everything. So I really just fell in love with what the possibilities I could have if I actually went after this versus if I didn't. And then, I had some people kind of talk me into doing it, but I mean, the only person who really needs to talk me into it is me and stuff, but I saw the possibilities of me actually going for it. If you have any questions on like fear or anything, comment. Let me know if you're kind of fearing something, and I'll be able to help you out. One thing a lot of people fear is money. And that's just like probably its own live stream, own topic and stuff. But like people think that they're going to waste money, and people think that if you kind of spend your money on something or like a program, courses or anything like that, like you're not really going to make it back. And that's just kind of like, of course, that's like running your mind from a lack mentality. There's not enough money to go around. You're always skimping by. There's never enough to really kind of like do whatever you want to do. And one thing that you kind of need to realize about money is you can always make more money, and you can always make money, period. Money is something that you can do over and over and over again. And if you really believe in yourself, your vision and everything like that, and you're really betting on yourself, then you're actually going to go for it and get the results that you want. A lot of people don't really like invest in courses or really kind of do things in their business to kind of get better skills, personal development and everything, because they don't really believe in themselves that they're actually going to get the results that they think that they can get. And the ones that actually go for it actually are betting on themselves, and the only person you need to bet on is you. No one else really needs to bet on you in like business. The ones who are betting on, like when you're betting on you and you're actually putting like your money where your mouth is and stuff, then you're actually saying, I have some skin in the game and I'm actually going to go for it, and I'm going to commit to actually getting the results that are going to be far beyond the amount of money that I'm going to be like, that I can make and stuff. Just really, if you have a fear about like losing money, spending money or anything, it's really just, you really need to say, really kind of uncover, what does that really mean about me, me believing in myself, investing, kind of like really allowing myself to grow and become the best person that I'm going to become. Because you never want to be the person who is going to let money kind of get in the way of you having the life that you want. You know, you only have one life, and you really need, and life is short if you really think about it. Your life is super short compared to like the sprinkle of time of like the whole decades of how life kind of goes on and stuff, centuries, and you only have one shot to really go for it. And if you're going to let like money, time, your family, situations kind of get in the way, you're just not giving yourself your best shot. And you really need to take advantage of every single opportunity that this life has to offer, because you have a gift, you have an opportunity just to really do something with your life. You know, there's a lot of people in the world who do not have the opportunities that we currently have. And this sounds like, not esoteric, but it sounds like this wide concept and stuff, but you really need to think like, I have the opportunity to really do something, versus most people don't. But it's like, I have one life and I have to give this one life my best shot. And I'd rather go through life knowing that I gave everything that I could, versus letting my situations and my circumstances really just dictate what I can actually do in my life, because we have the power to really create anything that we really want. So that's like how I kind of like wrap my head around fear. It's just like, I don't give it as much power. I just kind of realize that fear does come up whenever I'm looking to really grow and expand myself, and that's just part of me is just really just trying to keep me safe. But I know that facing the fear just kind of goes away, and you realize that you're going to be okay. If you lost some money, or you made a bad investment, or it took like 3 times as long as it did to reach the goal, like kind of like whatever it is, just realize that it was worth it, and you are far better off than where you were before. You always need to be stretching and growing as an entrepreneur, and really just betting on yourself, and really just believing that you do have what it takes to reach that big goal and that vision that you're really looking to have. And really just look at your fears and say, how is this fear serving me? How is this fear really helping me make the money, reach my goals, work with the clients that I really want to work with? And it doesn't really help you at all. So you really need to question your beliefs and thinking, why am I believing this? Why am I giving this power? Why am I even like letting this kind of dictate my life? And you need to kind of like get the power back in your life, so that you can really just propel your life forward, because that's the only person who's going to be able to do it is you. So does anyone have any questions for anyone who's joining me live or anything? This is something that you just have to learn to dance with the fear, and just kind of learn to really see what fear really is, and just how to really. No one has any questions, which is cool. Then that's it. Of course, this is something to where if you're really looking to take your cake business to the next level, charge $800 at least for all the cakes that you're selling in your cake business, then Perfectly Priced Your Cakes 8-week course is something that is really going to transform your cake business, your life, and really how to run your business as a real businesswoman instead of a hobby business, and really start to change the game for how you're actually operating your business. The doors do close next week, and if you have any questions about really working with me, taking the course, and really how it's going to change your cake business, then PM me. I love to help you out and help to give you some clarity if you do have some doubts or anything like that. But that's all that I have for you guys. I think the connection on this live stream wasn't the greatest, and I do apologize for that. But I'm just going to sign off. I hope you guys have a really great baking day, designing day, and everything. Because I know you guys are busy working today, tonight, and everything. So I'm going to hop off, and I'm going to see you guys later.